Hello everyone, how are you doing? I hope that you are doing so very well. Today I am here with an exciting announcement of something that I do every year, but it's still exciting. May is month of Matson for me this month. Last year I did not do a video as I basically did no videos last year. I did do an Instagram post and I kind of read on my own and didn't really update you guys on doing your own month of Matsons. Other people said they were going to do it. Very exciting, but I did not make like a video about it. I am this year. It's month of Matson. Sadly, we do not have a new Morgan Matson book this year. Cries a million tears. But I'm looking forward to the next book. I'm very excited for whatever it is, whenever it is. Whatever, we're meant to be together. I am not Shakira. I can't sing. But until then, we have a plethora of amazing books to keep us company. If you don't know what month of Matson is, basically every year I reread all of Morgan Matson's books over the course of a month. Amy and Roger's Epic Detour, Second Chance Summer, Since You've Been Gone, The Unexpected Everything, Save the Date, all 5 of them. You can read Katie Finn books if you would like. I just read Morgan Matson books because those are my favorites. Katie Finn is a name Morgan Matson writes under sometimes, if you didn't know. Random facts from Maureen in case you didn't know. Yeah. For this year, I wanted to do something special. I was like, what can I do? And my brain was trying to think of other ideas, like what would be something exciting that people would like to do, that people would want to do. And then it hit me, a tag. I didn't want it to just be me kind of answering questions. I love doing tags. I love creating tags, but I wanted to just do something more, you know? So I reached out to a couple of my friends who are all Morgan Matson fans and had everybody answer one question from the tag. So you're getting a mishmash of all of our answers, but I think it's really fun. It makes me really happy to have all these people and my friends involved. So without further ado, I present the Morgan Matson book tag.
Hello, my name is Monica and I have the very first question in this tag, and it is Frank Porter, Boy Scout. Name your ultimate fictional crush. For me, this is definitely Nikolai Lantsov from the Grisha universe. He first appears in the Shadow and Bone trilogy and also has his own spin-off series that starts with King of Scars. And I love Nikolai with my whole heart. I love how funny he is, how dashing, how brave, how beautiful. Everything he does to me is just pure and amazing, and I love reading about Nikolai any chance I get. I don't want to give anything away in case you haven't read Shadow and Bone, because I know a lot of people have read Six of Crows and that duology, but they haven't read the original trilogy. I love the original trilogy. I actually think I like it more than the duology. I feel like I have the opposite opinion as everyone else. However, I don't really want to talk too much about Nikolai because it's all full of spoilers. So if you are familiar with Nikolai, you know. If you're not familiar with Nikolai, you should familiarize yourself with Nikolai because he is everything to me. But yeah, that is my ultimate book crush. Adore him, adore all of the fan art. Yeah.
Hi everyone, it's Robbie from Robbie Reads. I'm so excited to be part of this video. I love Morgan Matson and her books, so, you know, this was a no-brainer. I chose prompt number 2. It's Casablanca on the beach, your favorite family moment from a book based on Second Chance Summer. So I thought this was going to be super easy for me because I read a lot of books with amazing family dynamics, but then I realized that actually makes it harder because so many of my favorite books have amazing family moments and storylines and things like that. I thought about so many different books. My first instinct was something Jane Austen wrote, Pride and Prejudice, Sense and Sensibility, Emma, but there are so many family moments in those books that I love, and there's most of the reason that I love those books, it was hard to pick one moment. Same thing kind of went with like a lot of Morgan's books, Unexpected Everything, Since You've Been Gone, other YA books I love like Simon Versus, Upside of Unrequited, Love and Gelato, Love and Luck, just so many YA books with family moments that I loved that I couldn't pick one, and then I realized, of course, I'm doing the Morgan Matson book tag. I would have picked this even if this wasn't a Morgan Matson tag, but it is from Save the Date. So if you haven't read this book, I'm not going to spoil it and tell you the details of my favorite moment, but if you have read this book, you'll know what I mean. There are excerpts from a comic strip in the book, and the last comic strip is like my favorite family moment from this book. If you haven't read it, again, I'm not going to spoil it, but if you have, you know what I mean because it's just like so heartfelt. It's like the perfect ending for this book. And yeah, I just think about it all the time. I've reread this book like 3 times and that comic strip gets me every single time. It's just so well done. The last line of that comic strip really just gets you in the feels. I mean, again, I would have picked this family moment even if this wasn't the Morgan Matson book tag, but it worked out really well. Save the Date is just like one of my favorite books. As far as family dynamics go, it's just so real and funny and dramatic, but also like heartfelt and loving because it's like a real family. So that is my choice for Casablanca on the Beach. I can't wait to see what everyone else picks because I was reading through these and totally like picking out my answers for every single one. But yeah, Maureen, thank you so much for including me, and I can't wait to see the rest of the video.
Hi, my name is Jenna from the channel Jenna Claire K, and I'm going to be talking about Murder of Crows, and this is an unfinished series that you can't wait to be completed. I feel like the answer to this question is pretty obvious. Like, I think most people would answer this. It's kind of cliche, but also like, I gotta talk about it. My answer is A Song of Ice and Fire by George R.R. Martin. What the heck? If you don't know, A Song of Ice and Fire is the book series that inspired Game of Thrones, the massive hit TV show that just finished last year? I think it was last year. The most recent book was published in 2011. I read that book in 2014. It is now 2020 and there is no release date in sight for the next book. There's supposed to be, I think, at least 2 other books that are supposed to come out. The running joke amongst all of the people in this fandom is that we're never ever gonna read this book because George might just, you know, he's old, he could pass away at any moment. Who's to say? But it's the one series, the only series that I still care about. I feel like pretty much every other series has either been completed or I know when the next book is coming out, so I'm not super pressed about it. Whereas this one, when are we gonna know, you know? Like, there's no information. I don't even know if I care anymore. But also, I put in all that time to read the first, like, 5 books, that if I don't finish the series, it's gonna be really upsetting. So, like, George, buddy, I hope you're writing when you're in self-isolation, because, like, it's been almost 10 years. I need it. I need to know what happens, please. Now I'm upset. Anyways, A Song of Ice and Fire by George R.R. Martin. Don't read it. It's never gonna get finished.
Hey friends, I'm Alana from The Awkward Book Nerd, and I'm here to answer question number 4. Typically when I'm reading, I like to listen to a variety of things. Sometimes I'll just listen to like a playlist I've made where it's just a lot of popular songs I'm really into. Or I'll listen to like rain sounds if I want to calm myself down or something. And then sometimes I'll find just a random playlist of like songs with no words and just listen to that. Or I'll just put on a random TV show that I've already seen before and I know I'm not going to need to pay attention to. And I'll just like play that. Honestly, it's just anything that I can use as background noise at that point, so I can focus on reading but also not feel like my room is like super silent, if that makes sense. So yeah.
Hello Maureen's channel, it is Zoe from Read by Zoe. I am a really big Morgan Matson fan, as you can probably tell from the conveniently placed books in the background. I am very excited to revisit them during Month of Matson, so thank you Maureen for putting this all together, and thank you Morgan Matson for writing these fantastic books. But anyway, my question is question number 5, Journey cover band. A book that you came into expecting to hate, but actually ended up really enjoying. And my book that I chose was An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green. I came into this very skeptically because 1, it is sci-fi and I tried to steer clear of sci-fi. Space terrifies me. Who knows what's out there? I'm having nightmares just thinking about it. But also, this is a YouTuber book. I only knew Hank Green from his YouTube channel, so I didn't know what he was going to be like as an author, but it turned out he's a great author. I very much enjoyed this. It was an absolutely remarkable thing. I am so glad that I took a chance on it because it really paid off. The sequel comes out in just a couple of months and you know I'm going to pick it up. So thank you for listening, and now on to the next question.
Hello, my name is Emma Tobias from the YouTube channel Emma Tobias, and I am going to answer number 6, which is Kiss a Stranger. What is your favorite romance trope? I love romance. I'm a big old fan of the romance genre, so this was very difficult. I have a few that I really like. I love enemies to lovers. I love marriage by convenience or inconvenience. I love friends to lovers. But I think my honest to God favorite is second chance romance. I really enjoy seeing a couple who maybe didn't work out the first time through like miscommunication or timing or just circumstance be able to come back together and through personal growth really find each other and create a really lovely, strong relationship. I think it's really realistic, and I think when done right, very swoon-worthy. So that is my favorite.
Hi, my name is Hannah from Snow White Reader, and the question I got was number 7, Lake Phoenix, a book you go to as a comfort read. And my favorite comfort book read, besides the Morgan Matson book, would probably be The Little Prince. It's about this little boy circumnavigating the world as you get like these little philosophical moments, and I think they're all executed really well. Like there's this time where he goes to a small planet that's all ruled by a king, and it discusses ego and self-awareness, and everything is there that even a small child could digest it, but as you grow older I think it develops more meaning, obviously. So I think it ends up being one of those stories that you can read time and time again and get something new out of it, because it's so digestible, and yet I think it has something to say about every stage of life, which is really cool. It covers a sweet little adventure that's filled with innocence, and at the core of it reminds you that we are all still like kids inside. And so yeah, that's the book I would recommend.
Hello everyone, my name is Keeley and I am from the YouTube channel Sincerely Keeley Joe, and my Twitter and Instagram are both Vampire Keeley. Thank you, Maureen, for including me in this, and my question is question number 8, the group chat, your favorite fictional friend group, and I couldn't go with anything other than the Golden Trio from the Harry Potter series. I really love Harry, Ron, and Hermione, how they became a friend group and what they mean to each other. I really love seeing them throughout the entire series and everything they accomplished together. I really think that they wouldn't be able to do what they do without each member in the friend group. They each have a specific important part in the group, and I think that Harry, Ron, and Hermione all have their own voice, and I just love each character so much and how different they are from each other, but they all work together so well. I love how loyal they are for each other, even when Harry tries to push them away and he's like, I need to do this on my own, y'all don't need to get involved, and Hermione and Ron are like, no, we're all in this together. We started this together. We're gonna finish this together. You can't leave without us. And the way that they love each other, especially in the last book specifically, Harry and Hermione's friendship is so great. I love what they mean to each other, and I just love them all so very much, and definitely it is my favorite friendship group. I couldn't go with anything else. I would have been lying if I didn't say the Golden Trio.
Hello everybody, I'm Ariel, just casually cradling my Morgan Matson books, and I'm here to do question number 9. Question number 9, Graceland. A real life place you've read about and wanted to visit, but haven't yet. So, other than a Morgan Matson obsession, I also have a Frida Kahlo obsession. I have read, and I own more than I've read, but I've read many Frida Kahlo biographies, and I constantly read about her house, which is the Blue House, Casa Azul, that I desperately want to visit. And I have been to Mexico, but I have never been to Frida's house. It's a real dream that I thought maybe could happen this year, but another year, the house will still be there, and I cannot wait to go and visit this historic site that just means a lot to me and is now like a museum, and I'm gonna buy so much merch. Out of the Morgan Matson books though, I would definitely want to visit just the entire road trip that happens in Amy and Roger's Epic Detour, especially Route 66. I have wanted to do that road trip for so long, and one day I think I will. Again, not this year, but one year.
Hey everyone, it's Paola from the channel Paola Mancera, and the question I will be answering is also question number 9, Graceland, a real life place you've read about and wanted to visit but haven't yet. There are a couple of these, but the one that rings the truest to me and that has evoked the most atmospheric experience of the place that makes me genuinely sad that I haven't gone there yet is Tiny Pretty Things by Daniel Clayton and Sonacharay Potra. This is a book set in New York City about ballerinas who are very, very passionate about being ballerinas, and they're in a very competitive ballet school, and occasionally when they go out for a run or when they go out to dinner nightmare or whatever, the city comes to life in such a way that is impossible to ignore, and it just makes me long for the day that I finally get to go to New York.
And last but not least, question 10. Grant Central Station, your favorite extra in a book. So like fan art, story excerpts, illustrations, whatever. So you could take this question as a type, like what's your favorite type of extra in a book? But I just chose one particular book where I liked the extra, and that is The Rest of Us Just Live Here by Patrick Ness. This book is about kids who are side characters in a book about like the end of the world where people are saving the world. And at the beginning of every chapter there are little excerpts from what like the normal story would be. Like this one, in which Satchel and the rest of the indie kids share their grief for Kerouac by throwing stones soulfully into a nearby lake. There's also something where they talk about how the indie kids, which is the name they give for the main characters, they talk about how they don't use the internet, how they just like skip school and then come back and everything is normal. And it was just so clever and fun. That's the main thing I really enjoyed about this book. It was just so well done, so funny, such a good extra, and it really added a lot to the story. And that's it. That's the tag. I hope that you liked that you like hearing from all of my friends, all of these fun people. I'll leave all of their information down below. You can go check them out on Instagram, on YouTube. Go subscribe, go follow. They're all amazing people. Let me know down below if you are participating in Month of Matson, if you are reading any of the books, if you're going to try to read all the books, what are you going to do to participate. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.